Thomas Thierst videos are brought to you by my Patreons and viewers like you. Thank you.
Adam, hope you can make it. Thanks for being a good friend. We're glad to have met you. And a picture of a train.
That's right, I got invited to a wedding, but not just any old wedding, a wedding at the 𝔬𝔞𝔲𝔠𝔞 Railway, which I'm sure you all know by now is the basis for the 𝔟𝔬𝔲𝔠𝔫 Railway in Thomas and Friends and the Railway series. It was a wedding of my friends Bree and Laura, or as Bree is known online as, Sleepy Henry. And as I said, it would all take place at the 𝔬𝔬𝔲𝔠𝔞 Railway. That is one magical place for a wedding, I must say. And it was a nice day for it, wasn't it?
Nice day for what?
Now for those keeping up with Thierst travels, check out the playlist. You'll know that I met Laura and Bree back at the second 𝔬𝔬𝔲𝔠𝔞 extravaganza, where I foolishly forgot my jacket and so Sleepy Henry let me borrow hers. And I even borrowed her dog Littlebit. And we met again at the third 𝔬𝔬𝔲𝔠𝔞 extravaganza, and then we met again at the fourth. I even got commissions off her too, such as this profile pic for Twitter, which Sleepy Henry has a full drawing of on her channel, and this drawing she did too. She even did a bit of art for me for being James, for my friend Tom. Bree is an exceptional artist, and she comes highly recommended from me, so I was of course flattered when she invited me to her wedding. It was actually the second Thomas fan wedding that I'd ever been to this year actually, with the Bluey 2's wedding being the first ever one I'd ever been to, and Laura's being the second. Wait,
a wedding? But that's tomorrow! I've got to get going!
Oh, just gently put the car key in and... Yep, that's 3 times now. 3 times I've had a issue with a key in my car.
That's right, that's 3 times now where I've had issues with car keys on my way to Wales. We've had lost, we've had broken, and we have wouldn't start. But it was fine. All the car needed was a quick jump start because the key hadn't been turned in a while, and I was on my way to Wales. It was a quick ferry ride from Ireland to Wales before arriving at the 𝔬𝔬𝔲𝔠𝔞 Railway on the Saturday. The day before the wedding in the yard, Edward Thomas was getting coaled up, where I filmed one of my YouTube shorts which you may remember from a few weeks ago.
𝔬𝔬𝔲𝔠𝔞 Railway, and it is just beautiful here. I love it.
Speaking of my YouTube shorts, you'll probably know that I've recently got into unboxing 𝔑𝔞𝔥 trains, so naturally I checked out the 𝔬𝔬𝔲𝔠𝔞 Railway stock. They had a lot of cool stuff there, such as this Gordon and a Toby and loads of rolling stock. But what I really wanted was a 𝔑𝔞𝔥 James, but unfortunately they didn't have it in stock. The gift shop at the railway was really good. They had lots of stuff there, and there was even a static model layout display in the 𝔬𝔬𝔲𝔠𝔞 Railway slate truck. There was also lots of t-shirts and mugs, though some of the Thomas stuff looked like it had been there for years. Like, just look at the dust on these engines. I also wanted to get some narrow gauge HO stuff too, but man, they are very expensive. One day though, one day. I might do a video about my 𝔑𝔞𝔥 story. Would that be a video you'd all be interested in? I also met my friend Will, who was volunteering at the railway. So anyway, eventually I met up with Sleepy Henry and her family, where her brother showed us the amazing effects of a water changing all engines go Thomas toy from the gift shop. And after that we headed up the line. Even Littlebit joined us. Can you believe that this dog Littlebit is over 21 years old? The fact that she even made it to the wedding at all is crazy enough. She is such an old dog. Eventually we arrived at 𝔑𝔑𝔠𝔞𝔲𝔠𝔞 station, where the wedding was planned to take place, and Sleepy Henry and Laura planned up the final few bits for the wedding. Music composer Mavis M was also there, who flew all the way over just for the wedding. Everything was all set at 𝔑𝔑𝔠𝔞𝔲𝔠𝔞 for the wedding. And now came the big day on Sunday. The next day was the day of the wedding, with Bree and Laura in white and Mavis M, 𝔬𝔞𝔲𝔞𝔲 and Mads in pink, where they all got a group photo at Hendy Halt. And don't worry, 𝔬𝔞𝔲𝔞 assured us that no trains would be coming, so it was completely safe. This photo was also special because it was in fact a recreation of the time they all met back in 2019 at the very same halt. After that, we all headed down to Wharf Station, where we met 𝔿𝔏𝔢, all beautifully dressed up for the wedding, and she looked stunning, with bows on each door for the train, and even a special headboard for Laura and Bree. I also met 𝔬𝔞𝔲𝔢 at the wedding too, who came all the way from Italy, and 𝔜𝔞𝔲𝔢 as well, who'd come all the way from Canada. There was also 𝔜𝔤𝔲𝔢, who brought a lovely wedding gift, something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue for the wedding. A very nice reference to the episode Happily Ever After.
Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
Such a clever gift. My gift was an Edward the Blue engine, because Edward is old, the book was new, I borrowed it from the gift shop, and Edward is blue. At Wharf there were pictures, and the families of the brides were there. Even 𝔬𝔞𝔲𝔢 made a cameo too, and I must say, the train looked lovely. It was very well presented. I never did actually get a picture of the bride kissing 𝔿𝔏𝔢 though, like Happily Ever After, so this artist interpretation will have to do.
Oh, look out, 𝔿𝔏𝔢. The bride's gonna kiss you. Yes, she is. Oh my goodness, 𝔿𝔏𝔢, she kissed you.
Finally, the wedding train got going as we headed up to 𝔜𝔬𝔲𝔞.
One's going forward to 𝔬𝔬𝔲𝔞.
We even passed through 𝔞𝔤𝔲𝔢, which we were at later. We also passed through this station, which was significant since Brianna had actually proposed to Laura at this very station at the 𝔬𝔬𝔲 railway. We would have invited Douglas to the wedding, but he was at another railway, so sorry Douglas.
But Duncan did mind.
Meanwhile, 𝔜𝔞𝔲𝔢𝔞, the lucky dog, got to ride on the brake van, which must have been very fun for him, considering it was his first time on the railway.
I know, I was taking pictures the whole way up.
It's a British thing.
I'm a happy camper.
Eventually, 𝔿𝔏𝔢 arrived at the station, where there was food and drinks for the guests before the big ceremony. And of course, all the Thomas fans decided to sit together, just in time for the wedding itself. And I must say, Sleepy Henry and Laura looked beautiful. The whole wedding looks so beautiful. As I said, Sleepy Henry really is a great artist, and even some tears were shed at the wedding too. It was a very special day. Not only was this day, September the 22nd, the equinox, meaning the equal splitting of day and night as a symbol of Bree and Laura's love.
And now, on this blessed day of the equinox, I now pronounce you lawfully and spiritually wed.
This was the railway where Laura and Bree first met in 2016, and as I said, it's where they proposed together for the first time, so having their wedding at the 𝔬𝔬𝔲𝔢 railway was a really special place for them. Even 𝔬𝔬𝔲 was a part of the wedding ceremony as well.
𝔬𝔬𝔲 has lived 21 years waiting for this moment.
You're now married. Legally married.
And there you have it. Bree and Laura were now married.
Was it our big first kiss?
And don't worry, all the flowers that were thrown at the wedding were biodegradable, since 𝔬𝔬𝔲𝔞 is in a national park, so we had to make sure that the flowers were fine. After that, the brides got more photos at the top of the line, where they had to build up 𝔿𝔏𝔢𝔥 steam for a photo at the top station. In fact, many photos were taken, and it started to rain, so I had to hold up an umbrella for the photographer while this photo was taken. That was pretty funny. A very Topham Hatt's assistant moment right there. 𝔿𝔏𝔢𝔥 then turned around and went down to the back of the train. And she pulled us all the way back to the end of the line near Wharf Station, where we arrived for the reception. And even 𝔬𝔬𝔲𝔢 had her own pen. There was flowers and food, and even little gift bags too. It was a really nice reception, and even some Thomas fans had a few nice words to say about the brides. But the highlight was getting to do Thomas karaoke at the 𝔬𝔬𝔲𝔢 railway with the brides and other Thomas fans.
This is the hottest place in town. We'll warm you up
It was so much fun and a perfect way to end the day. Also, when I dropped the grannies home, I got the chance to drive my car onto Wharf Station, which was so cool. A perfect way to end the day.
This is the hottest place in town.
The next day was my final day at the railway. Also at the railway that day there was a lorry with some standard gauge track on the back of it. For those who don't know, the railway had planned to put in a standard gauge wagon on the side of Wharf like it was in the old days, as a static piece. So I got to witness the historic moment of that, which was pretty cool. And also that day I got the chance to go out on Edward Thomas, my favourite 𝔬𝔞𝔲𝔞 engine. I always like to have just one chill day on the 𝔬𝔞𝔲 railway, where I can just take in the atmosphere and enjoy the train ride. It was really nice. And at the top of the line, I got to see how different the cafe looked from how it did only 24 hours ago. I also got lucky having the saloon coach free to myself, meaning I could get cool shots like these. And I also got attacked by Jubilee afterwards.
Do hope nothing comes along and ruins this lovely day.
Again, I really like some of these shots. They are very cool. Like this one of the crossing gate, I was very proud of. It looks so cool. Afterwards, I got some pictures of Jubilee with the 𝔟𝔤𝔢 prop and some pictures of him next to Audrey's model of Thomas. Oh, Gary Lineker would be so proud. And yeah, that was kind of it. On my way back home, I stopped in Mark's Models in Dublin, Ireland, where I got a 𝔂𝔬𝔲 James I always wanted, and I even got a free donut with him too. So yeah, that was my wedding trip to Wales. This was a short but very sweet trip, but I still had a very good time. Being the second Thomas themed wedding this year was pretty damn cool. Getting to meet new fandom members, or getting to see my old friends get married,
Or even just being at the first historic lesbian wedding on the 𝔬𝔞𝔲 railway.
So, thank you all for watching, and I would like to extend my best wishes to Bree and Laura for a happy life married. And I will see you all in the next one. 𝔬𝔤𝔏𝔲𝔏. So, did you like your kiss, 𝔬𝔏𝔏? Asked 𝔬𝔏𝔲 that night at Pendray Shed. But 𝔬𝔏𝔏 was embarrassed and pretended to be asleep.
Racing blue.